Minha língua tá... Parece que eu lambi o cu do camelo.
E tava bom?
Tava docinho. Você sabe que tá gravando, né? How did you get here? How did you get here, my friend?
So I received a direct message in
From
my
who?
Instagram.
Point fingers here, please.
I don't know, like Setcast.
From me.
For you?
Okay.
Okay.
Of course.
I'm the one that sends messages to people. I'm the one that is there.
And
But-
Mara, but you told me like, oh, we're gonna have like to record this episode on Saturday. And I was like, really nice, but at the same time I had to reschedule myself. And she was like, oh, but it's gonna be nice. It's worth it. The guy is a funny handyman. And I was
I
like,
didn't say funny.
oh yeah.
So she found me in a funny
But I
script
didn't.
here.
But I thought it was just to promote. I didn't know it was something that you were actually doing. But I know the first guy, Davi. I know he's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, so if you don't understand what's going on here, welcome to Setcast
This
once
is-
again. And today we have William. Will I am, right? Yeah, he's
Nice
the funny
to meet you.
man. So basically, today we're talking about how he got here, like how we met him, yeah. And Mara said that she was watching a video, right, Mara?
Yeah, I was actually talking to people on Instagram and stuff, and kind of scrolling, which I was trying to avoid. But then this video actually caught my attention when they make a funny video, and Davi, which is a comedian that I've seen before, and he's a very funny guy as well,
Brazilian
started
comedian
it.
here, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Davi.
then I saw him, and then I said, Handyman could be a good person for us to call and have a chat. But it was a funny video. It was a very funny video, and you looked
Yeah.
exactly like an Irish Garda. I'm sorry.
No worries. This
It
was my
was
character.
Like with this, like you have to see the video. That's it.
I will, my friends. I will.
Oh my God.
So probably
Such
we can put the video. We can put the video here during this.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Can we?
There.
Yeah, for sure, please.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So, William, thank you very much for coming. It's
You're
actually
welcome.
a pleasure to have you here with us today.
Yeah. That's
Talking
what she
about
said.
shit and saying, laughing about life and stuff, and with the opportunity to ask you a ton of questions.
Okay.
I do have a question here, like that's very basic. How in the world did you have this idea of actually doing some handyman jobs? Where did you see an opportunity? How did this happen?
A lot of that started, yeah.
Yeah.
So it started by like inspiration from my ex-girl, and I was like helping her with her moving and doing some works for her bedroom, and then she told me, oh, why don't you monetize this? Like you know what you are doing, you do it very well, you have experience. I have some like good background, very intense influence from my dad. And my dad is basically a handyman, a mansuri. He worked doing some scale models for aeronautics.
Nice.
And like I was always exposed to machines,
Craft
tools,
jobs, yeah.
Do it yourself, trying to fix things before calling someone to fix for you.
But would you break things and then you'd be like, oh my God, screw this. Let's fix it. And you succeeded with that, or?
Yeah,
So
but like
natural.
try to think. I was always like a curious kid, and I'm ADHD, so I'm full. Yeah, so I'm full of energy, and sometimes this was actually some relief to my parents. So if I could be expending some time trying to fix something, like disassembling, trying to assembling back.
The kid is quiet, let them be.
Yeah, exactly. So even when I was, I think 9 or 10 years old, I received a gift, like an airplane model, scale one, to assembling. This was actually designed for 14 years and older, and I was maybe 10 or 9.
Okay.
And what happened was that thing was theoretically to be for my whole school vacation period, and I finished it in 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Little.
Yeah, poor your parents.
Yeah, I know.
They're gonna have to figure something out.
So
It's getting quicker.
Yeah.
and I was like just following my dad paths, like with the tools, the machines, like even building a place, like in the backyard of my house. My dad and my uncle, they built like office and a laundry place.
Nice.
And I was always exposed to this. With probably 12 or 13 years old, I did all the electricity part of this building.
Wow.
Just by myself.
Okay.
So your father, your family probably is very skilled. Like they know what they're doing, and you just
more. Yeah, that's my dad's part.
Yeah.
Because my mom, she's everything. My mom, she's a politician and a psychologist, and she's always involved in social projects. So she's always working outside house, outside my place. And my dad was like always present in my life, because he retired when I was 7 years old. So this was all this
he
influence.
had to do something. Very active guy, probably.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard. You had your father like to have time enough to.
Yeah.
Like it's something very unique.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
And then after, like when in my high school period, I did those Senai mechanical courses.
Okay.
So
Senai is the best.
Yeah,
I was there too. 2 years.
So so basically, like knowing how to build things, assembling, fixing, it's something that was always part of my life.
It's really interesting, yeah. And you know that here in Ireland, for example, I started understanding why this is so good. Like these activities, you getting involved into building something with your bare hands, you know. Mm-hmm. They call it it's a cathartic activity. Mm-hmm. So I've never heard of this word cathartic in Brazil in my life.
It exists.
I know, but I've learned it in here. Like, and the thing is, okay, so now I understand. Like you're working hard. You're like cleaning. I don't know, like a piece of land. So you can grow things over there, or you're building something. This is something that it's very therapeutic. That's why I think when you said, like you mentioned about ADHD, and your parents were happy about it. Because this is, I relate to that. It's something that when I started doing it, especially here in Ireland, building things and working with wood, it started calming me down. Like anxiety was kind of gone, like, no depression.
Focus. It's the focus that you put so much focus on something, then you're actually present for a bit.
Yeah.
Because when
exactly.
But the thing is, how do you see which results can you see in your life based on this cathartic life? Let's say this cathartic background.
I would say this part of this calms my ADHD for sure. Like some days I'm not like going out, and maybe like being in a hangover the day next because I'm assembling or fixing something inside my place.
Yeah.
And this also is something that I can. It's kind of, I already relate this to some kind of expression of love, you know, like
you take care of the things you are surrounded. So
it's
like you value where you are at.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if it's yours or not. You know it has to be done. You're there. You have the means to do it. let's do it. So
Yeah.
I think that's something that brings this attitude to other areas of our lives. Because you mentioned as well you were a programmer, yeah?
Yes.
So yeah, it's very similar.
Focus. You need to focus. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, somehow. I would say the handyman job is less stressful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And what is the funniest request that you have ever had? Like I can't believe I came here to change a lamp or something that you were like, okay, that's so easy. Or something that is
for the happy ending, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
No, this never happened. Like happy ending, no.
Only in the movies, yeah?
Only the movies.
That's
only when you bring
websites,
pizza.
Yeah.
Those videos from the X, whatever. Yeah.
I would say that there was a time the girl was like with a strong pain in her back, and I went there just to help her to move some furniture.
Okay.
Just because of this,
because she couldn't move on her own. Oh man,
Yeah.
poor woman.
Was pretty easy job, I'd say. And also, this wasn't funny. Was weird. But there was a time when a couple started fighting when I was there, because I was doing some plumbing stuff, like fixing the sink. And as far as I understood, the girl called me because her husband was like delaying to fix this for weeks. And he was annoyed because she asked me, because I need to take care of the place and blah blah blah, and they started arguing because of this. And the guy didn't want to pay for the service. The girl that paid by herself.
Of course, she called you, but you didn't know that. It's not your fault.
No, yeah, for sure. Like when they were,
I think it's the guy's fault.
Yeah.
if he wasn't that lazy, he would.
I'm sure it was this guy's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm a guy, and it's your fault.
And so basically, when this started, like at first,
That's very uncomfortable.
yes, exactly. When this became so uncomfortable, I just put my earphones and started listening music, and okay, let them fight. Like
Let them resolve themselves.
I
That's what
fix
I
my service, and then I go.
But that's what I do here on Setcast. You know, like, oh, man. Mara, do you have any other Chat GPT question for us?
No, but I can make some now.
No way.
They're very fast. No, but what is... I had something in mind. Okay, it's gonna come. What is... Porra, tu não tá ajudando. What services do you offer? What services are the most common requested? And what do you offer actually?
So most of what I do is like assembling furniture. Like I'm very fan of IKEA. It's basically my like 50% of my job. And also I'm wall painter.
Okay.
And it like fixing, painting, and I do some plumbing stuff. Not like I'm not very specialized, because some stuff you really need to have some certification, or like to properly disassembling a boiler. I'm not authorized to do this, and I don't want to get this duty.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
No, of course not.
It involves like insurance.
Yeah, it involves a lot of things. Yeah,
and some boilers are disgusting.
No,
so old.
How long does it normally take for you to assemble or disassemble? Like, okay, assemble a new IKEA, let's say, 4 wardrobe thing, 4 drawers thing.
Is this a personal question?
Yeah.
You're quoting, yeah?
That's the kind of like for me to have an idea, because you obviously have experiences. And I saw a video of you to put you just put all the things together, and you went step by step on the thing.
Yeah.
So you have a way of doing things very quickly.
So normally, if I don't know the furniture, I take like 5 or 10 minutes to really get like by heart in my mind the manual. Because the manual.
Manuel.
But like, for example, the sixth drawer, the most common one from IKEA, 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, 1, 2, and then 4 like this, right? I know which one,
I think
wow,
like,
that's very quick.
Like 4, there are 4 smaller and 2 bigger. 45 minutes.
That's very quick. Yeah. Okay.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I mean, like 45 minutes. That's good, man. Like, but sometimes people ask me because I used to work with movings, and they would ask me, "Oh, can you fit this piece of furniture from IKEA or whatever?" But it would take like 2 hours or whatever.
But like
I don't care. I don't know.
Yeah. It's,
I'm desperate, like because here it's really hard to find this kind of job.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, service. Yeah.
But like in part is because I really can, like I can focus. Normally I ask the client, please don't stay with me, don't talk with me.
let me do my job and that's it.
Because some clients, I think I should charge a little more because they really need like a psychologist.
They don't need somebody to fit the furniture.
They're like talking with me because they really need to talk with someone, But like I just start listening to music and I'd go and assemble. Like it's so funny because it's really hard to me to get this kind of focus in some parts of my life, and like cooking or assembling or doing some like electricity stuff. I don't know, like my mind is completely there.
So you have like methods going on for everything.
Like, most of things, yeah.
Most of things, yeah. It's really interesting. I started creating methods in my life more regularly, let's say, because I mean sometimes you're just lost, you don't know what to do. You wake up and there's a blank over there, like, oh, what should I do today?
No, the opposite. For me, it's not a blank. It's a to-do list that's completely like ups and downs, arrows. Like I normally have a lot of things in my mind to think, or maybe to schedule, to buy a flight or to fix something.
There's always something to be thinking and worrying about.
Yeah.
And it's tough for you to organize everything. So that's actually a good question. How do you organize your job, your life with a handyman? Because depending on the hours, how does it work for you? Because do you probably work on weekends as well? You probably have to kind of deal with your agenda, let's say.
You work only on weekends, like?
No, I work weekdays after 5, after my full-time job. And then weekends I can have like 3 or 4. Yeah.
He's one of ours.
He's one of... Man, you have no idea. I don't have a life. He doesn't have a life.
I don't why going out if you have things to do at home,
Yeah.
but that's a good thing, to be honest, because sometimes I was thinking before, like last year, I was thinking that it was sometimes just going out only because I had nothing to do and was just like wasting my time.
Yeah, sometimes it is a complete waste of time. Sometimes...
But like when I go out for kind of no reason. Okay, so if I go out to see a friend playing or it's a birthday party, this is not a waste of time at all. Like this is really my life.
Yeah, there is a reason, yeah.
Yeah, but like just like... Have I ever went out to a pub for no reason? Just to have a pint? Like, I'm not an Irish. I know I do look like, but I'm not an Irish, So for me, I prefer to have something like a reason to go out.
Yeah, that's true. Like Myra, for example, she's gonna go out after.
I have the company's party tonight.
Yeah. Oh,
see, she's very busy.
I really don't want to go. Well, I do want to go, but I'm tired, and it's gonna be
only
like
tired or afraid.
No, I'm not afraid. I'm afraid they only give us 2 vouchers of beer.
That's it.
Really?
I'm afraid of that. Yeah.
Only
they
2.
limited the time, yeah. Then it's on you guys. Get out of here. Like,
it's on you guys. No, they don't give a shit. And what is the job that you when you got there, you figured, okay, that's gonna be tough, or it took too long? You kind of were counting on something and then it took longer? Something that you were like, oh, maybe that was tough.
So there was a job that I needed to create a power outlet in the wall because there was no power outlet, and I needed to get the wire from the other power outlet in the other room. The problem is because the drywalls, they have certain structure.
They're dry.
They're
dry.
They're dry. And they have like some kind of structure every 30 or 40 centimeters, and I needed to cross this throughout the wall. It was so hard, and I needed to make the hole in the drywall to put the power outlet and pass the cable.
Everything.
Yeah,
Was it full of mold over there in the drywall? Or
no,
not?
luckily this was a very new apartment, like 2 years old.
He wasn't dealing with our house.
But would you say, maybe by what you know, would you say it can be moldy?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, disgusting. Oh.
How dangerous is that, like, not taking care of your house, let's say? Because there is mold everywhere in this place, in Ireland. And electricity doesn't like wet situations, right?
This is one of the things, for sure. If you go like to Dorset Street and you see all those flats, they are all from the 50s and 60s. Because before this, there was something common that's like people going out in the morning to work and come back and their places were burning.
Yeah.
Because they were very poor with electricity and the way that they were building the places. So that's why the government decided, okay, let's demolish and rebuild. So most of the houses in Dorset Street, they are from the 50s because of this. And to be honest, the way and all the rules they have here for electricity they are very strict, to be honest. They
have to be. Yeah.
It's very safe, actually.
Yeah.
Everything has a fuse. They use like properly the cables, the thickness of the cables. Yeah. Theoretically, is to be safe. But we know that there's some
shit happens.
Yes, exactly.
Shit happens all the time. Fuck's sake.
From what you're saying, could be safer than Brazil, because we know sometimes people in Brazil, when they're building things up, they kind of go and do like, that's fine.
That's the point. Theoretically, it should be safer. And also I know we don't like the shape of the plug. That's the United Kingdom way, but it's safer.
Yeah. And there are ways to plug our Brazilian.
Yes, exactly. The ground. Yeah.
If you need
it.
Yeah. But the thing is, I've noticed the difference when I arrived here. It was like everything with fuse and this and that. And then I realized, okay, so this place is cold. You need to have a warm place. And the heaters, especially if they're electric ones, they go like up to, I don't know, 3,000 watts. I don't know. It's a loads of power.
Yes, but...
Or not.
It's not like... Because everything here, it's 220 volts. So you can have twice the power without problem when you have 110, for example. Because mathematics. And everything here is made for like the basic ones. Everything in your house is 13 amperes. Even the cables. So you can have a good power with this. I think it's up to 3,000 actually. More than this, they need thicker cables actually. But for the average, it's very safe, and everything inside what's supposed to be. Everything that you can buy in Lidl, like tools, machines, you see that probably they have the same range of power because they respect what can be done here.
Okay, so there's enforcement.
I can't assure that Lido for Portugal and Ireland, they will sell the same stuff with the same power.
It's just the rules in here and just how it goes here.
Yes, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
And you've learned loads of things about. I mean, I didn't know about
The
Dorset
local
Street.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like they demolished and they built again. Like, do you learn many things like those, like daily or?
Yeah, like I really like to acquire knowledge. Like if someone tells me something, I will get this for me. But also I do like museums. And the first one that I've been, it's called 14 Henrietta Street. That's just there.
Yeah.
And it's one of the last houses that survived to that period.
Okay.
It's a 1 hour tour inside a house that has, I think, 270 years now.
Wow.
And they already faced some housing crisis in the past.
Oh yeah, many.
So I think in the 30s, that house there was 100 people living there, 17 families.
Yeah, before the famine, like in the 1800s, the aristocracy here was really nice. Like people had money, so those places with the flats in the city center, they used to be one big house for one family. And before the famine, I think it was 1840s, something like that, they had like a crisis. And they started splitting all the houses into tiny flats. So, and it was even more dangerous back then because they had the fireplaces to as main system of heating. So,
or smokers.
Yeah.
People that is sleeping, smoking, and set fire on themselves. Smoking.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's one of the main reasons of setting a fire in places here.
Yeah.
Because they even have the carpets, like everything can burn.
As Mara said, shit can happen. Yeah.
Shit happens. It happens.
Can happen.
So, and this was the first museum that I've been. Like,
That's cool, man.
I think maybe my second week here. Like I was just scrolling in Google Maps trying to see because I was looking for a place to move as soon as I arrived here, and I really enjoy Google Maps. I really enjoy to not be lost. That for me this is terrible. I prefer to be prepared like this. So I was scrolling and so on, and I got this museum with. I think by that time, student discount, it was like €8. So why not get some Irish history?
Nice, it's actually nice. Yeah. And you know what? I know the street, but I didn't know there was a museum there. Well, I've never Googled it, to be honest. So it's a very nice tip.
It's not very famous. And I would say it's not that like student friendly, I would say. Like, you see lots of Irish people going there. Yeah. But I don't know other Brazilians that went to this museum in 6 years.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go now for sure because it sounds interesting. Very interesting.
Brazilians are undercover here sometimes because you look Irish, man.
Yeah.
So we never know who's Brazilian, who's not.
And whereabout do you live, and what are the areas that you actually work on, or do you take anywhere in Dublin?
I take anywhere in Dublin. Normally I go cycling if it's not in a radius of like 4 kilometers more or less. Otherwise I take a bus, but like I even did a job in Dunleary.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me it's not a big issue. Like this is kind of limitation for me. That's why I'm looking to get a car, because I really like to be prepared, like the map thing that I mentioned, and I would like to be with all my tools every time,
because you have to carry, and it's quite heavy.
Yes, like the last time, like that time that I went to assemble the power outlets. This was in Dublin 15, like 10 kilometers from my place. And I was probably with 14 kilos in my back.
It's
No.
I mean,
fucked
if you,
up.
if you have a
Yeah.
car, you gotta move out from the city center. Is it worth it to have a car over there?
Like
Maybe.
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 Sometimes you have maybe a garage or, a parking spot.
Yes.
Sometimes I feel like I'm in Seinfeld, But back in the 90s, they had those problems in New York, and we are facing these same problems here. So we don't have a garage for the cars in the city center. It's not worth it to have a car in the
Yeah,
city
but like
center.
I live in Summerhill, and so there is no parking machines.
No,
We don't
Okay,
accept
yeah.
it.
no, never.
No, really, we don't accept it. There was in a period, and people broke.
People, there
Yeah.
are anarchists over there.
Yeah.
I like this anarchist
Oh
attitude.
my god, that's so funny.
The only thing is that we need to be like changing the cars from one side of the road to the other side. So there's like few hours in one side and few hours in the other side, but it's still free.
And like you can take any car you want. Like everybody's friendly, everybody
You
shares.
can take it.
Yeah. You know everyone.
You know
Oh
everyone.
Yeah.
man, but that
Hey,
wasn't
get my car back. I need my car tomorrow.
The name of this is care sharing.
No, I like it. I have good stories from
this would be
Summerhill.
nice. like some people are kind of afraid of like communism, but like sometimes it would be nice to have a car and don't pay all the bills.
No, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
To share it and
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah, a
the-
communism,
Yeah.
right? You can share your car. it's safe.
It would be,
It's not
yeah.
that comfy, but I mean, it takes you from A to B.
It's nice
Yeah.
for me to be. It's not gonna be very well taken care of, but it's gonna do the job.
It does the job, yeah.
Or maybe like just a group of friends,
Yeah, that's
like 10
nice.
friends having 4 cars.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of other problems involved in there, but there should be a company to kind of provide those kind of, facilitate those kind of deals.
Yeah.
Could be
I think the
interesting.
biggest issue would be who's the owner. Like
But that's the thing. If you share, like, if there's that's a
Somehow,
law
yeah.
thing. I don't
I know
know
who's the
about it,
owner.
but I'm just shitting rule here.
or maybe the insurance,
Cagando regra.
because the biggest issue here
insurance.
are insurance.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of insurance, do you have insurance for your business? How does it work? The bureaucratic part.
There is no bureaucratic part.
No?
For now, it's just a side job.
Okay.
Like for now, I mean,
Because you don't get involved into those complex things like boilers and, as you said before.
yes, exactly. Maybe in the future, I don't know when, but I want to get some certifications.
Yeah.
So are you willing to move from your job in the computer straight to the full time in this career? or
No, not actually.
You like the video games, yeah?
No, like I wanna grow in my career at the point where I can be more like a nomad, So if I didn't need to be carrying all those tools all around and like how can I get a flight with a hammer, a drill or something like this,
that's
you know?
not, no.
Yeah.
I
Not
would be
doable.
like a handyman all around if it wasn't that dependent of tools.
Yeah.
So when I get to the point where I can be more nomad, like probably this will be very just a side job. Like for now, it's 2/3 programmer, 1/3 handyman. It's something that I really like. It gives me some kind of peace to my mind and some extra income to get to build some dreams.
It doesn't
But-
stress too much. It's just
And sometimes if I really can't work because I'm stressed, I can just say, oh, this week I have no spots. So it's good to it's that thing
You
that
can control your agenda.
yeah, it's
schedule.
kind of like a hobby,
Yeah.
to be honest. But
You're monetizing your hobby. That's
Yeah.
good. That's the secret, man.
That's the secret. But then once you do that for real, then it's not going to be your hobby anymore because
yeah,
It can be like, you can keep on
that's
enjoying
what people
it.
say. I don't know. I
The
haven't got
point
the-
is because the client is always right.
Never.
This is
I don't
the-
accept that.
But
Sorry.
you know, that's very Brazilian.
Not anymore.
You know,
Yeah.
that's extremely Brazilian. In other cultures, here in Europe, for example, it's not exactly like this. If you go back, I worked in shops here, and I haven't. Well, I have worked in a shop back in Brazil once, but I kind of know how it works there. And here, if the client, the customer, actually comes back saying something, I've been in shops where my manager actually came and said, "I'm sorry, that's not how it works in this shop, and it's not how it works by law. I'm very sorry. Thank you very much. Bye." Because it's different than Brazil.
No, yeah, I
It's
know,
more
I know.
humane.
Brazil is like we try our,
respectful.
we try our best to make the, you know,
In Brazil, it's like a crazy competition because we have everything, like good and bad, of all kinds and levels. So it's a competition always. And over here, it's the opposite because I think also of the lack of the professionals. Like you can probably see like how crazy people go when they see you're doing this job. You might have like many requests, because
Yeah.
I mean it's not easy to find professionals.
yeah, this
compared to
line of
Brazil.
work, it's definitely not
Yeah.
not easy to find in here. I mean, you can find, but they're probably going to be or extremely qualified people that actually work with electrics and plumbs in here, which is quite expensive. And sometimes they just
Or
want
they're
to
just
move.
busy, very busy.
Very
Or they're
busy
just
because
very
there are not many
busy.
around, you know.
Yeah.
Or as you said, sometimes people just want some help with some simple
Yeah.
stuff. It could be, and they're not going to find those people.
That's why the
very-
customer is always right in Brazil because I mean everybody wants the customer.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but in here,
here
in
is-
general, yeah.
it's like a little fairy tale. You like her, yeah.
Sometimes what happens is that the client, you need to argue with the client because for them it's just like, oh, you only need to do this, and then you need to argue and say, oh, this may be complicated, or I need to find this, or just put some super glue here will not fix your problem.
Oh, okay.
You know, like
paracetamol if you go to the doctor. Just take some
Yes,
paracetamol.
exactly.
You're gonna be fine.
Paracetamol.
So some clients is just okay. They let you do your job, and some they are like very like observing you, judging you, and sometimes I wanna say, then please let me.
Skeptical people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called people, yeah.
Skeptical they're here. Like they're always like, oh, what
Yes,
are you
very.
doing? What's gonna happen? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Instead of just trusting, rely on the system, you know.
Yeah. Do you have let's say the majority of customers you have? Would you say it's Brazilians or do you have
Brazilians.
more? Yeah, Brazilians.
Brazilians, yeah.
But do you actually have different cultures, customers, or yeah?
I already had a Romanian guy, a Polish girl.
That was one of those people.
Yes.
By the face, by the look in your eyes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And then, an Irish guy as well.
Okay.
But mostly Brazilians.
Mostly
mostly
Brazilians. The
Brazilians.
community sometimes needs this kind of like, we are used to having help, and here we don't have family or anything. So sometimes
Yeah.
you
But
need.
What's your differential like? Because you deal with Brazilians, but I'm pretty sure that there are other people doing the same. Or
I know only two other guys. One is more like a plumber. But like I think my differential is because I know a lot of people, and people already like it started more with like friends asking for me. So I got some like good reviews and people looking for me because other people were already talking about my job. But like I would say when I need to talk with the client, I'm very patient, or I can make what they don't know that they want.
so you
So
could
let's
say
not-
your customer service could be like something differential because
Yes.
at the same time they're opening their house for you, so
Post
they have
sales.
to
Yeah.
they have to rely on you. They have to.
And sometimes they want to fix something and ended up doing more stuff because I can say, oh, like I could fix this for you, or I could assemble that for for you, or sometimes
And sometimes things are sitting there for so long they don't even realize. You know how you pass in your own house and there is let's say a burnt lamp. I don't even know if it says a burnt, but an off lamp, a lamp that went off. And you just pass in that same corridor for ages and you don't realize. And then someone outside comes and says, look, that lamp doesn't turn on. And you're just like, oh, fuck, I have to buy a new one. So in that case, maybe you're there and then do you need help with that? And the person, fuck, maybe that could be the case.
Or also because I look after when they need something, like to buy those lamps or to buy something.
You support them on extra tasks that they probably wouldn't have the time to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like there was a bedroom that I installed, like even some LED lights, and I bought for them. I waited to arrive my place and then I did the job like 2 weeks later. You know, like it's not just going and fixing stuff. There's the whole preparation, some discussion, like. Okay, can you send some video explaining? And it's not like black and white, you know. It's
service,
yeah.
But
very Brazilian.
very Brazilian. But the thing is, what was the most useless job you've ever done? Like, come on, they're calling me for that. Like, you know, something very simple, very.
You know those the lights, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I only needed to exchange one from other.
That's it.
Like
Really?
like this for a new one, and I was like, okay, like 10 minutes work, that's fine.
Yeah.
I charged at least half an hour for.
Yeah.
But they know what you previously agree, right? So it is what it is. If people accept, they accept it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, as far as I see, there are people of many levels here. And when I arrived here 10 years ago, there was a girl living in the same student accommodation as I, and she burned the microwave. She wasn't able to use the microwave. That's why I'm asking, because some people are kind of useless, you know.
Some people are.
A bit, you know.
And what about, okay, I don't know if this is something that you consider quite serious, but I do. Fucking weather in this country in the winter. How do you deal with it? Because when you go for fixing those stuff, for helping people, you have to go sometimes to a very, very other side of the city or something, and it's all in a very cold weather at night or in your weekends. How comfortable do you feel about it? Because honestly, I don't see how a normal person can be comfortable about it.
And you wet your hair as well, buddy.
So I didn't yet, because I started with the Handyman this year.
Oh, okay.
And I stopped 5 weeks ago when I flew to Turkey, but
to make some hairs so you can get them wet on winter time.
But
I gotta go as well.
No, but like the winter time is the best period, because you need to wait like 3 months to have directly sunlight to your scalp. So
you know, like these lights here, you have to put some sunscreen or whatever, or not? You have to have like extra.
No, they didn't say about this, at least.
We're talking from handyman to hair in Turkey. I like it.
but like I don't have what to complain properly about Irish weather. I'm really used to.
Oh my god! Okay.
I was a delivery guy.
Oh my god! Okay.
Yeah, you're from Rio.
You know, I was really happy to be working during winter than summer.
Why?
Because in winter the things flows.
Okay.
It's a good job winter.
The water flows down as well.
No, but you only to be prepared.
There's no distractions.
The chances of drifting is
like
winter time, no distraction. There's no traffic.
Man.
There's nothing. People do
exactly.
To stay like sheltered.
It's better.
Okay.
During summer, you want to go to Borough Beach to have a barbecue and beer.
Okay.
People say, you can't. You just can't. If you rely on the bus, you can't. If you rely on the car, it's gonna take traffic. If you're, I don't know, you can't, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but I'm saying about the buses as well, because like the buses, they're not always on time exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, I say, I this happens in every line.
Today.
It's not, yeah.
Today, thanks to the bus.
Today, and it happens
We
every
can't
day when I'm
complain,
coming back
Mara.
home.
We kind of thanked because the bus delayed. Oh no. Oh yeah. We were a bit delayed as well. So.
Yeah, it happens.
It does, yeah.
but that's okay. You think it's not a challenge? Okay,
No, it's not a challenge.
I see that weather as a
It's just
fucking
part of the
insane
road
challenge.
You need to have your waterproof clothes.
Every day, even in summer.
Every day.
Even
No,
in summer.
come
I do.
on. Come
I do.
on.
'Cause
No
it's-
way.
Summertime as well,
No
but
kidding.
yeah.
No.
No kidding. I promise
It's
you.
enough.
Did you see the statistics?
I don't give a shit to this
Which ones?
statistics.
Which ones?
No,
let's
like-
hear some statistics.
But
here.
which one?
Yeah, like here, it rains half the quantity of my city.
That's true.
Yeah, in quantity. And it's not much more days in median, in average.
Really?
Yeah.
Really.
Like my city is 100 days
So that's
per
why
year.
you don't see this as a challenge.
Yeah, and
you're
here
used-
it's 160, so it's less than twice.
And the amount of rain is different. So it's
Yeah,
less over here.
we don't have floods here. In my city, it's a
No.
chaos.
Yeah.
No, sometimes we do have floods
But
here.
not like in
but not
Jacareí.
like- no, like in São Paulo,
Yeah,
for example,
yeah,
the
okay.
capital, it's just like floods everywhere if it
Yeah.
rains because it rains like a lot.
And, all the rains here are like 1.5 millimeter, 2.5 millimeter.
But it bothers.
That's
In my
nothing.
city,
and it
it's
wins.
30.
It wins a lot. Like
It's 30.
Sometimes 50. why
It's not a rain. It's not drizzling. It's like a slap in your face of water.
Yeah.
Yeah. You beat
Yeah,
can't say
just
that.
deal with that. Yeah, that's actually a bad. Like in the cities there in Brazil, the drainage systems are not very good, so it fucks it up. I
Too
know
many people to look after. That's
it happens in my city as well. Not that often, probably, but it happens as well. But it's not because the floods happens. Let's say even in Rio, because they do. That's not because of that it rains more there than here. It definitely doesn't. That's
Yeah.
not the case. But like here, it's every day.
It's not every day.
But it's almost every day.
It's not every day.
It's almost every day, guys.
No, it's not every day.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm always ready because when I am not, it rains.
Come on.
Thank you,
I go
Arnold.
to the gym
That's so true.
every morning.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not every day. And I go cycling always.
Yeah.
Same.
It's not every day.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
But that's the
And
point
also,
in the day.
I have plants in my balcony.
Okay.
I take care of them. I wish there was rainy every day, so it wouldn't.
Sometimes they're a bit
yeah.
dry.
Yeah, they're a bit dry. Yeah.
Bit of water.
Poor plants. Okay. I think I'm traumatized by the rain. So for me, everything takes a proportion.
The problem, you only remember the rainy days because you don't like.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. It's
yeah,
the theory
What
of the
are you
red
doing
car,
when
you know?
it's not raining? Make good memories. Make the good
The same
memories.
as every day. Try to, como é que é?
To
Tentar
conquer
dominar
the
o mundo.
world.
É.
But to conquer the world, is that?
É, Pinky,
Maybe
cérebro.
conquer.
Cérebro.
I don't know.
I don't know in English.
I
Sorry.
never
I think
watched
it's
it
to
in
conquer. It
English.
could be conquer. Yeah. Could be conquer.
Yeah. Pinky and the brain. No. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'll take you one day with me to my job, to my workplace.
Okay.
It's in a van and I
Okay.
drive around 400 kilometers.
Okay. It'll be fun.
Yeah, you see, like the weather.
You're
is
gonna
not
have
the
to stop
problem.
every 5 minutes because my bladder is that tiny.
Don't worry, the countryside is beautiful. Plenty of sites
I love
to
being
pee
in the
and see.
nature.
Yeah.
Can't be in the winter though. It's gonna freeze.
Me too. I like it too.
Come on, you need the right clothes.
But if I have to pee, my butt's gonna be freezing in the middle of the highway. No, I'm saying, oh my God,
Yeah.
thanks.
That's it. Wild and wet and wild.
Caralho! Ai, viado!
A gente saiu do
A gente é
caminho,
só
né?
amigo. A gente só fala merda. Porque é a nossa natureza.
A gente só vive, a gente só tá respirando aí por aí.
O que vocês querem falar mais? A gente falou bastante, como é que
tão
tá?
relaxated aqui, meu.
O quê?
Very relaxated.
Relaxated.
I have a few suppliers and now finally I got a better one because there's a Brazilian girl that works there. So it's sometimes a bit complicated to find what I need because maybe I know like maybe a popular name in Brazil. So to properly translate it and to ask the guys. And also, to be honest, this difference in quality of service, the suppliers here, normally they are not here to help you.
No.
They only want to sell. Yeah. So if you, may I need this? Oh, what's the name of that thing? The guys are definitely not in the mood.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. In Brazil, like you show the part or the picture or photo
and
of
they
it,
go help you with everything.
It's in here. Like, look, it's here. Oh, I'm gonna order for you. I know exactly what you're looking for.
And the better stores, the shops are actually not in city center. So sometimes I need to get a day to go to Finglas or Glasnavin to go to a better place like Woods, for example, or
they have like builder providers, Screwfix. Yeah,
Screwfix.
Yeah, I use a lot like Screwfix for my rural needs. Oh man.
No one needs to know about your fetish by cows. Oh my god.
Not cows.
Oh.
No, joke. Oh my god.
Sheep.
You're in the right country. Oh my. This question actually should have been raised a long ago, but because we didn't, I'm gonna have to ask, what actually was, if any, something that actually made you think, okay, I'll start making some money on that, or what actually triggered you, or if did this build up, or how exactly did you become someone that actually does handyman's jobs for people that...
So most of my background here in Ireland is started because landlords that they give a shit.
Oh yes, they give zero shit.
Careful attention. They look after us all the time.
So in the first apartment that I lived here, the cooktop was working only half of it, only 2.
The cooktop just from the floor, 2 of them were okay.
It's a good 50% chance.
Yeah.
It's good,
and then we were like calling the landlord, messaging him, and he was like really giving a shit. And there was a bored day that I decided, okay, I'll try to fix it.
Okay, I'm gonna unassemble here the cooktop and see
I'm gonna take control of it.
Yeah.
It was really, there was only because two burnt fuses.
Okay.
Just this was really, really
simple.
Yes.
Easy peasy.
You obviously had to take them, buy them, and you had to do everything because the landlord didn't even give a shit actually.
Yeah, and actually what helps here a lot is because this is very accessible. Like I'm really Team Lidl, and I really started buying stuff like hammer, all those stuff when I go to buy some fruits, because it's just there for you.
Okay.
It's handyman.
It's
So like before I wasn't like being a handyman, but I was doing some handyman stuff just to help in my place, to not rely on the landlord,
because you can't really. Well, there are exceptions, but
there are exceptions.
Yeah, there are exceptions.
You're spreading handy jobs everywhere.
Oh my god!
This is a Setcast.
Only if they pay.
They pay well.
Exactly.
Dinheiro na mão, Cassiano chão.
And then there was other day that I fixed something in my place. So this was something that was happening in a certain frequency, and people was always like telling you, oh, you could work with this, could do that. Oh, I have a friend needing, but I never get the courage to charge for this,
Your friends definitely,
yeah.
But especially if you don't say that, oh, I'm a professional.
Yeah.
So, and that's the beginning is really tricky because you don't want to charge, but at the same time, if you want to monetize it, you have to charge.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you charge, some friends are like, okay, so that's good. I'm going to help a friend. He's going to help me. So it's a healthy exchange, let's say.
Yeah, I don't know. I needed maybe to listen 50 times. Oh, you're so professional. You know what you're doing. To have
Maybe
this.
you didn't realize, actually.
We never realized at first.
Yeah, it's not properly realizing. It's to, to trust in yourself. Like that thing. Okay, today I did well. Will I do it tomorrow? Like to have this confidence.
Yeah. And when did you notice this confidence actually changing and you feeling more confident?
Yeah, like I mentioned this year with my ex, when I was helping her, I did loads of stuff for her bedroom, and then she put this thing like, okay, like I have a friend needing help, go there, charge for this,
Oh,
No,
man,
she would incentivize you and going and doing, because she knew you could.
You had your ex like incentivizing you, yeah. So have I, yeah.
So have you? Oh yeah, but
I built a mezzanine in her bedroom.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
That was the beginning of like, okay, so I can do this. Like first it was the greenhouse, then the mezzanine, then the chicken run. So I realized that okay, so I didn't know anything, but now I know a few things.
The chicken house looks very good, though.
Because it's the last one.
What chicken house do you call chicken house?
Chicken
Galinheiro. Run.
Yeah, okay. Chicken run. So they can... So the thing is, the last one, the latest job, it was a chicken run. And it was really well properly done, because I had more notions of what was going to be the steps, the materials I needed. So the thing is, sometimes we don't even know we are able to do it, and we are. We just have to start trying. And the question is, what would you say for people that are curious? It's not for everyone, but I know that. But for people that are curious, they always wanted to try. Like I never tried before, and then I had to be here like over 30 years old to first start trying, using YouTube as my guidance. What would you say for people who are they can do it, man?
They think they can put things apart and build them up again, but they're just like...
So you're very right when you mention YouTube, because for me, that's my university. Mostly, like I have my background, but since I don't know, like for the last 10 years, I was mostly relying on YouTube. Like I got everything that I got from my dad or from Sanai, but this is just a part of background. Some stuff are very simple and everyone can do. Like you said, not for everyone. I say it's for everyone. Like if
I was wrong again.
It's in parts because the confidence, like I always had the confidence to do things to myself, because like
if it's a bit off, fuck it.
Yes, exactly. No. But for the other eyes, I was a bit skeptical, but for me it was okay. But sometimes you don't even have for yourself. That's what you need to build. And knowledge you can get from YouTube. Tools you can get in Lidl, you can get in some hardware store. It's very accessible here.
And between us here, like tools here in Ireland is like way more accessible compared to Brazil.
For sure. Yes.
That's why I started over here. Like there was like Screwfix website. I would order online.
You know what?
See all the
I'll bring some stuff to my father now, because they are actually way cheaper
or
here.
even if you go like to IKEA, they have some like basic kits where you can get whatever you need to start, because some stuff are like, in Portuguese we would say rice and beans.
It's something basics very much.
It's something that everyone should have at home. And it's not related.
To be ham and cheese, I guess.
Não, feijão com arroz é muito fácil.
Yeah, but over here they say ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese.
I didn't know.
And it's something that like is definitely not like gender related. I know that our culture is very sexist, but
I'm a
anyone can
builder
do.
as well. I have my tools. I literally just brought
Exactly.
those.
She almost abandoned Setcast to go pursue her passion about cars in Germany.
Oh yes,
Deutschland.
yes, I like cars very much.
That's a real story. We're gonna talk
Real
about
story.
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe. But
day,
I didn't do it. I was
Yeah.
just I was a chicken. So
Chicken.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we missed it again. We missed it.
ADHD-cast.
ADHD cast. Only on YouTube.
Or maybe Twitch.
Oh man.
Twitch. All Twitch is
Twitch. I've never seen Twitch.
It's just a bunch
Okay.
of tools. We were talking about tools.
Tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tools. Yeah, but yeah, tools. So yeah, tools are really important. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I say like,
Yeah.
but it's really important, Mara. I said it in a stupid way. I know.
Yes, you said it in a very
It's really important.
and then you say yeah, like
No, but what I mean, like, tools are really important, and sometimes it's just like the barrier that is stopping you from doing anything in your life. I'm not talking about handyman jobs. I'm talking about anything. Like, one of these days, I bought a second device, like, to make my work easier, like to save more time. Thus saving more time for my personal life and having more time for my side projects. So yeah.
Or even for your safety.
Yeah.
Like, I have a scar here in my finger because when I was a kid, I was trying to unscrew with a scissor.
okay, which is very
You know, yeah, very clever,
Creative.
right?
Yeah.
I learned my lesson.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Because some people don't.
exactly. It's good to have like to have the properly tool for the properly job.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
And some jobs are very common, and it's good to like. My dad always said that tools are not a spend; they're investment.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to have a full hardware in your place, but some stuff are very basic that it can help
must
you.
have them. Yeah.
You must have them, yeah.
And it can save you some bucks. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like here, any job of this, normally people charge like sometimes €100 for its very simple stuff.
Yeah.
So
Here, like people, like services are actually very expensive in this country. Not just in this country. Like I'd say, compared to Brazil, European countries in general, services, things that involve people's work, like going to your place, like let's say cleaner. It's quite expensive if you compare to our world, like back in Brazil. A world, I fucked up. Let's say
Or
cleaner.
third world.
Cleaner is very
beautiful third
expensive.
world.
Like anything that requires like sewing. I have these shoes
yes.
and my little, they're agulhinha, whatever. The little
Nail.
thing on it, it fell. And it's so expensive, and here I'm gonna bring them back to Brazil just to put the little shit on, the little black rubber there.
that's why everyone throws everything. They don't fix.
Of course, they don't fix it because it's
not worth it.
insanely
Like
expensive.
even a washing machine, sometimes they would spend €200 to fix a washing machine that's worth 250.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So just throw
Doesn't
it in
make
the bin.
sense. Yeah,
Let's recycle.
which is very sad actually, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is what it is. It's a culture that we're actually kind of living in at the moment, and I think in the world that came to people instead of fixing relations, fixing everything. You just that's it.
Fuck, man, that's true. Like,
that's true.
makes
but-
sense. Because I mean, like, sometimes you just have to fix a tiny thing. And,
People don't want to put effort on, and then if only one person, I'm saying in all kinds of relations, if only one person puts effort, that's not gonna work. It has to be all the involved ones, and people just don't want to sometimes, most of the times in the current world, and then things just don't get fixed at all, you know. And then of course this is very philosophic, and it's nothing to
we
do
have our
with shit.
handyman here to fix things. Some things, basic stuff.
Yeah. Not relations, okay.
No relation.
Yeah, I'm not a
fights.
psychologist.
Yeah. Like, just because the dude didn't do his job. I mean, what the
Just
fuck?
that make it be very clear. Like relations is something. It's not if he's doing his job, he doesn't even want to talk. Just do the shit.
Yeah. Just put his heavy metal. Oh, what kind of music do you listen
Electronic music.
to? Electronic, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Put your hands up in the air.
Put your hands up in the air.
I was actually looking your videos on YouTube, like more than 1 hour, and I was, oh my god, will I last more than 1 hour recording? I was
No. Recording it is, but then we cut some shit off because we couldn't.
And on YouTube, that's the like old stuff, you know. This is the new season.
Yeah.
New season. It's all in English.
That's why I thought it would be in Portuguese, because the videos they're in Portuguese, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure I sent you.
No, yeah, but maybe
But it's okay.
Yeah.
At least you're comfortable, and that's what is, you know. Because we're actually
like living 6 years here and not being fluent.
Yeah. You have to talk. I'm gonna live 6 years in maybe Japan or China or Thailand to see if I get fluent on their language.
I think you can do it.
Oh man.
You can do it.
I do have a friend. He's from, that's completely out of everything that we were talking about. But anyway, he's Lithuanian and he lived in Ireland. Of course, he could speak English, but he had a relation with a friend of mine, Brazilian, and he could speak Portuguese. And now he went to Thailand or something, and he can fucking speak and write Thai. The man is a machine, man.
No, but he does the right way. He exposed to the language.
Yeah, he does it very well.
But like here in Ireland, what we do, we go to Brazilian gigs. We have a job with all of Brazilians.
Pubs with a little smell of Guinness fart.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, the old farts.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The old farts.
Yeah. It kind of gets into your nostrils and
Yes,
burning. It's like,
it burns
it kind of
nicely.
makes you dizzy. And, it's horrible. Anyways,
That's how you learn
beautiful.
English in this country.
The fact that they spit English on you.
They spit English.
Yeah, especially in the pubs, yeah.
I prefer with my way. I started as a barista.
That's a good way
Yeah.
too. That's way better than
And
sniffing
like
people's...
far from city center, the coffee places, they are very like local and regular people. So you know your clients, they know you, like
You know what they want, you know.
you
the
can have a better
profiles.
conversation, and you ask for their routine, so you can develop better skills with
It's
this.
a nice experience to have, starting a barista and just having contact with people,
Yeah.
the
To
local people.
That's what I would say to my
And all drunk
self.
people.
Yes.
Because if you start
True.
in pub, yes, no, because you don't understand them.
Yeah.
they get
Irish accent
confused.
is very, very strong.
Yeah.
And then even drunk, no way.
No way, yeah. But we can do it.
It can be tough, huh?
Yeah, but
Okay.
very tough. Later, I work in the Celtic.
Okay,
The
that's
cut
fart smells. Yeah, that smells like fart a lot. That's one of the.
No, that's
That
the Irish
place.
spirit
That does.
right in the middle of the city center.
But
It's
it smells
beautiful
so
stuff.
much like that's the first.
Of course, man. Like people, like it burns. It makes like the digestion. It's pretty natural. Have you been to the countryside? It's way smellier. Like the cows do an excellent
Oh
job.
my
Yeah.
No, but there's even the buffalo wings. They help to burn more because they're very
And the next
spicy.
day,
Guinness and buffalo wings. What a
Yeah.
diet.
William, thank you very much for being here with us today. I know you had the ship with the bus. We had the ship with the light here and everything.
Okay.
But it was a pleasure to have you
Yeah.
here. It was
Thanks
very
for
good to
having
meet
me.
you anyway.
Good to meet you. Very handy to meet you.
Very handy.
Thank you.
That jokes won't stop.
No, never.
By the way, speaking of handy job, handyman job. What's your Instagram or social? Your way of contacts?
It's Handyman Foxy.
Oh, Handyman Foxy.
Yeah,
We're gonna put. He's gonna put it down because he's the one that makes the.
Handyman Foxy.
Handyman Foxy.
Okay, why Foxy? Foxy lady.
Yeah, no, it's because that's my spiritual animal. Because
Nice.
now I'm not very hairy now, but I'm
Yet.
normally but normally I'm very like ginger one. Like people sometimes say, oh,
It's not normally, man. Your genetics is not gonna change
the ginger
because you shaved your
Brazilian,
head.
you know, like
Or
No. So
Or is
yeah,
it
I really like foxes are very, very like fluffy, and I really like
Yeah.
so I
them.
think you're fluffy and cute.
Yes. Sometimes yes.
Yeah.
Don't mess with me, okay?
Don't try to
That's
see
it.
the other
I
times.
bite.
Yeah.
Yes.
But thanks, man. Thank you very
thank you so
much. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure.
It was a really nice interview.
Yeah.
I really felt like comfortable
Nice
here. Yeah. Thank you
conversation.
for the talk. Yeah, you too. Thank you for the talk.
Thanks
Yeah,
for receiving
thanks.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It was very handy, yeah.
It was very handy, right? Oh, guys. So if you want to follow more of this beautiful content, like you know how to get it.
And if you need anyone to actually help you out with anything, if
Yeah.
you're here in Dublin, count with this man, because this man's gonna go and help you with almost everything. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't be that harsh on the man.
Don't count on him as a therapist. He's not gonna be.
Yeah.
But he's
Thank
gonna do though. No, you can cut this out.
I can or I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Mama. Thanks, all of you guys.
See ya.
Thank you, AI.
Thanks, AI. É sacanagem. Fiquei...
Tal do rapor, né, Mara?
O que é rapor?
Rapor.
Raporte.
Raporte.
Raporte. Raporte. Igual potipurri.
Potipurri.
Quando você...
potipurri,
é
cara.
potipurri.
You don't feel comfortable.
Não, they don't feel comfortable.
É so strange.
Estranho.
Yeah.
Gente.
É pesado.
Vai de 0 a 100.
Em menos de 2 segundos.
Caraca.
É isso.
Porsche
Cast.
Cast.
É.
Porsche Cast.
Nossa.